What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we are going to continue our series on the hearing that was last week about Social Security. Okay, this $2,400 boost to Social Security or $200 raise per month for Social Security. However you want to look at it, it's the same thing. But we're more common. We hear that the $200 raise for Social Security. We know that was promised. It was promised by Senator Bernie Sanders. It was promised by Senator Warren. It was promised by the Majority Leader Schumer, and it was promised by the President Biden. And so now they're trying to move on it. They're trying to act on this, and they do have a plan. They have a plan set forth. But we do have some people who are not in line with this plan. And so I've been showing you guys the last few days. I've been showing you different parts of the argument. I've shown you Senator Bernie Sanders talk about this. I've shown you Senator Graham talk about this. I've shown you Senator Romney also talk about Social Security and how to reform Social Security, because it will run out. It will run out of the trust fund money in 2034, 2035. So that's just right around the corner. So something needs to be done. And Senator Bernie Sanders has his plan. The Republicans at this point have not put forward a plan. All they're saying is we have this Trust Act where we're going to get this committee together. We're going to talk about things. And then from that point, then we can move forward with some type of a plan. But right now, they have nothing on paper. The only thing that's on paper is coming from Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Elizabeth Warren. They're co-sponsoring this bill. So we are going to listen to the panel from last week. Okay, so they're different panel members, and they all come from different areas of expertise. And today we're going to listen to Mr. Roach, and I don't want to get this wrong. So he is from the Alliance for Retired Americans, and he's going to be talking about how he feels about Social Security reform as well as Bernie Sanders' plan. So that's what we're going to do today. But first off, on this channel, we talk about money and we talk about the financial struggles that Americans are facing today. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so I want to talk about this, and I'm going to probably talk about this a little bit more in every video before we get started. I am starting to do premieres on pretty much all the videos that I post. The only time that I won't do a premiere is if the video is very short. I'm not going to do a premiere on it, because if it's like 7 or 8 minutes, by the time you get in the room, the video's over. Okay, so when I have the longer videos, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, that's when I'll do the premieres. That way I can come in, we can chat, we can talk, you can ask me questions. So what I'm asking of you guys, I know I ask you to subscribe all the time, but it's very important for you to subscribe now, because if you subscribe now and you hit the little bell notification, when I launch the premiere, when I say that I'm going to do a premiere, and usually it's an hour or 2 hours before I actually do the premiere, you'll get a notification, so you'll know that a premiere will be coming up. As well as you can go into the once you click on the link to take you to the premiere, they'll have a little button that says notify me. So let's say it's 2 hours before the premiere, and you might forget. So hit the little notify me button, and then right before that premiere airs, you'll get a reminder letting you know, hey, to the TEC show will be doing a premiere, and so that way you can join in. So I'm asking you guys, if you guys have questions for me, you have questions about anything, you can go to the premiere and you can get in there and ask me a question. Now I try to answer as many questions as possible while the premiere is airing, but I can't always get to every question. So if you do ask me a question, I'm not able to respond to that question, put it in the comments after the video. That way I have a little bit more time to get my thoughts together and put something a little bit more detailed. And then also some of the questions that you ask, I will do future videos on. So it's not like I'm just completely ignoring the question that you have. I might be setting up a future video that addresses that question. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Roach. He's going to be talking about Social Security reform. Here we go.
Next panelist is Mr. Robert Roach Jr. He is the president of the Alliance for Retired Americans and former General Secretary Treasurer of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. Mr. Roach has served as an auditor for the International Trade Union Confederation and is a board member of the Pension Rights Center. Mr. Roach, thanks very much for being with us.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Robert Roach. I'm the president for the Alliance for Retired Americans and the former General Secretary Treasurer of the Machinists Union. Our organization has 4.4 million American retirees, and we are represented in 39 separate states. We believe categorically that the importance of improving Social Security cannot be overstated because the index for determinant of cost of living adjustments has not kept pace with inflation. People on Social Security are suffering and unable to be self-sustaining. We need improvements because older Americans today are hurting. I've seen examples firsthand on many occasions when seniors go to the checkout counter at the supermarket and buying the same type of items that they bought for years can no longer afford them and have to put food back on the shelves.
And that's crazy. I mean, that what he just said there, and Americans are facing that right now. And I want you guys in the comments, if you guys are struggling and you're in that situation where you have to put groceries back, let us know your stories in the comment section below.
Seniors are having to make decisions between food and medicine on a daily basis. These are just a few examples that clearly underline the country's desperate need to expand Social Security benefits. I will add that after 40 years of work and playing by the rules, my retirement benefit from the airline, TWA and American Airlines, is $311 a month. $311 a month. And tens of thousands of people that I work with are now functioning with $300 to $500 a month and are depending on Social Security just to make ends meet.
So his pension is $311 after working 40 years for TWA American Airlines. $311. And so that's the pension he gets now. He needs to offset that pension with Social Security. So it's pretty amazing how some of the pensions, especially back then, some of those pensions were not very good pensions. And like I said this in a previous video, when it comes to pensions, a lot of businesses have gone away. A lot of corporations have gone away from pensions because they were too expensive for the corporation. So now they have the 401k, because a pension has to pay you for the rest of your life, where 401k, it's money collected, part of your, I mean, they basically, most corporations will match what you are contributing, and that's it. Once that money runs out, if it's $500,000, once it runs out, it runs out. So there is a benefit to a pension, but most corporations, a lot of corporations are pulling away from that, and now you're really finding pensions only in government jobs. That's where you find most of the pensions.
In addition, most seniors who are in financial difficulty are depending on their children to financial help and to provide medical assistance. This is stifling our younger people. We are creating a generation, the next generation of poor people. Attached to my statement is a statement from Ms. Christina Brown, who had opportunities to go to Ivy League colleges on scholarship, who had many opportunities to advance herself to become a doctor, had to stop going to school, borrow money to pay the mortgage on the family home because her mother was not self-sustaining as a result of many issues. 40% of our youth are under those conditions. We must do something, Senator Sanders.
And this is another important point that he's talking about. So it's not just the elderly that are having to make sacrifices. You also have the younger generation. They have to make sacrifices as well, because they have to take care of their parents. And if their parents don't have enough money through Social Security and through pensions and through the retirement 401ks, all of that, if they don't have enough money to be self-sustaining, then now you have the children having to make these huge sacrifices of either not going to college or taking out more loans. I mean, it's not just the elderly that are suffering from the issues that they're having with Social Security. And that is why it's important to entertain this $2,400 raise or $2,400 boost, because then you'll get to a point where people that are receiving Social Security can live in dignity and they can have enough money so they don't have to rely on their family members to help them out.
Women who take on the role in their families, people like her sister, both people, played by the rules, did what they were supposed to do, cannot be self-sustaining. Given the decline of traditional pension plans and the ability to accumulate savings because of stagnant real wages, greater numbers of Americans rely on Social Security in retirement. Nearly 50% of retired Americans today rely on Social Security for half of their income, while 1 in 7 over the age of 65 do so for 90% of their income. Moreover, Social Security benefits are not keeping pace with inflation. The Social Security cost of living adjustment is inadequate and is not representative of the true measure of inflation that seniors face when they buy. As of April, the average monthly Social Security benefit for a retired worker was a modest $1,666. As we saw in the Social Security and Medicare Trustees report released just last week, Social Security will be able to afford scheduled payments until 2034, at which point the fund's reserves will be depleted and payroll taxes will only cover 77% of what is owed. Senator Sanders' legislation, the Social Security Expansion Act, which the Alliance strongly supports and is proud to formally endorse, addresses these challenges by doing the following: extending the solvency of Social Security by requiring the wealthiest of American households to pay their fair share of Social Security taxes; expanding Social Security benefits across the board, increasing the cost of living adjustments by adopting the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, CPIE; updating the special minimum benefit for Social Security recipients by making it easier to qualify and assisting low-income workers to stay out of poverty. The Alliance has also endorsed Connecticut Congressman John Lawson's legislation in the House, H.R. 5723, Social Security 2100, a Sacred Trust Act, which also makes Social Security even stronger and repeals the windfall elimination provision and government pension offset, both of which are unfairly claw back the Social Security benefits of workers, their spouses, or survivors if they work for a period of time in jobs not covered by Social Security. The time to expand Social Security is now. I want to once again thank the committee for inviting the Alliance to participate in today's important hearing. The Alliance stands ready to work with the Senate and the House in any way possible to improve benefits for retired Americans. Thank you.
Okay, so that was Mr. Roach. Now I want to go over to his to the website, the Alliance website. Let's go ahead and flip over here. So the Alliance for Retired Americans, and let's see if I can get this all on the screen. All right, there we go. So the one thing that I want to bring your attention to, the first thing is he's endorsing, or his organization is endorsing Senator Bernie Sanders' plan. Okay, so if you are in favor of the $2,400 boost or the $200 raise per month, then this alliance is supporting that as well. Okay, now they do have, first off, they have a Facebook, so you can check them out on Facebook. This is the website here. It's retiredamericans.org. And they also have a petition, okay, and that's what I wanted to get to here. So they have a petition, so you can take action by clicking on the petition and signing up. So just be aware of that. I'm not telling you that you should go sign up, but I am telling you that that is available if this is something that you're interested in. But what I would say is go to this website and check it out and look at the different things. They have Senator Scott here, and they're talking about having skin in the game. So you can get some pretty valuable information just by going to some of these nonprofit organizations and finding out what's going on when it comes to Social Security. And so I highly recommend that you do that. Now, this is just one of the panelists. There were a few other panelists there, and I might not show every panelist, but I will show a few more panelists about how they feel and how they think Social Security should be reformed, because it's very, very interesting, right? You're going to have all these different ideas that are going to be thrown out, and it's interesting to hear how and how they want to move forward when it comes to some type of reform. We know one thing: Social Security will be reformed before these 12 years are up. We know that. Okay, so That is the reality. Now, how will they reform it? Will they expand Social Security or will they cut Social Security? Those are the only two options, basically. I want to get to one thing, and I talked about this a couple of days ago in a video where I was talking about the Senator Bernie Sanders plan. The only thing that I can see would be a roadblock for Senator Bernie Sanders' plan when it comes to Democrats. Okay, I'm not talking about Republicans, because no matter what Senator Bernie Sanders put forward, Republicans were going to be against it. Because if this is one of those bills they want to pass through reconciliation and you need the 50 Democratic senators to vote for it, there's one thing that I think could hold this up. And we're going to talk about that right now. And I talked about it a couple of days ago, but I just want to show you, this is a tweet that was just yesterday. So this is President Biden's tweet. And he says, under my plan, no one making less than $400,000 per year will pay a penny more in federal taxes. Now, I don't have to read the rest. I want us to focus on that $400,000, because we know in Senator Bernie Sanders' plan, he's talking about raising taxes on people making $250,000 or more. Okay, we're talking about the payroll tax. It'll be 6.2%. And so because President Biden is sticking behind this 400,000, no one making less than 400,000 will have to pay any additional taxes. Because he's sticking to that, they're going to have to adjust this plan. Okay, Bernie Sanders is going to have to adjust the plan because it's going to have to incorporate that. So instead of 250,000, they're probably going to have to raise it up to 400,000. And if you're making more than 400,000, that's when you will start paying into that payroll tax. So that's just one thing that I'm seeing, and I mentioned it a couple of days ago, but I just want you to understand President Biden is still talking about the 400,000, or like he's not moving away from that. And so I just wanted to bring that to your attention. If you guys have any questions, please let me know down below. If you guys have any ideas for future videos when it comes to anything, retirement, Social Security, just money in general, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.